Okay, so in the last video we created our core styles with our variables with the primary color, secondary color, and so on. We also did the nav bar, so now we're going to move on to the showcase. So let's head back over to the HTML. Let's go under the nav here and let's add our showcase. Okay, so we're going to use a header here with the ID of showcase. Now, I want to put everything into the middle here, so we're going to use a container, but I don't want to use the actual container here for the grid container. So I'm going to create another class called showcase-container. And inside here, we're going to just have one grid item. Okay, so I'm going to use the grids to just align it over to the side like this. So, which I probably would normally use flex for, but I just, like I said in the last video, I want to keep this focused on the grid, so we're going to do that. So we're going to have one grid item, and we're going to call this showcase-content. And inside here, we're going to have the category. So this right here, this little sports. So that's going to have a class of category, and we're also going to have to basically, category is the core styling, like the padding, the border radius, but then the color is dependent on the category. So we're going to have a class called category sports. And then in here, we'll just say sports. Okay, and underneath the category, let's put the title. So this is going to be an H1, and let's just say some sports article, and then a paragraph. And I think I did lorem 20. Seems about right. And then underneath the paragraph, we want a link. And we're going to give this a class of BTN, which will be the core button class, and then BTN primary, which will be the primary color. So we'll have to set those up. And we'll just have this go to article.html. All right, so that's the, oh, we got to put the text in here. Let's put read more. Okay, so that's the markup. Now let's add the CSS. So we'll go to Style, and let's go right here and say Showcase. So the showcase itself, let's do color white. Okay, it's going to have the image background, but the background we're going to put on the before pseudo selector. If you remember when we did the lecture on after and before, I showed you how to add a background image with an overlay using the before selector. So for the actual showcase, I want the background to be dark. So let's use 333. And we're going to just add padding of 2 rem all around, and let's do position relative. And that's important because the before pseudo selector is going to be position absolute. And remember, if you position something absolute, it is positioned inside of the first relative container. So that we want that to be our showcase. So let's save that, and let's go right below and let's add showcase, and we're going to do before. Okay, now when you use before and after, you want to put in the content, and we're not actually inserting content, so we're just going to leave this blank. And then we want to add our background image here. So let's say background URL .. We want to go outside of the CSS into image, and then we want featured, and we're going to do no repeat center /cover. All right, that's not going to show just yet. Let's position this absolute, because we're basically laying this on top of the showcase. Okay, so position absolute, start at the top 0 and the left 0. And then we want the width to go all the way across. We want the height to go all the way, so 100%. And we also want to make it translucent or transparent, so let's add an opacity of, let's say, 0.4 and save. All right, so now you can see the image has has an overlay, or it's not really an overlay on the image. It's basically the image, you can see through it to the dark, is basically what's happening. You can also see through the text right now, but we'll fix that in a little bit. So let's grab on to the showcase container. So we'll say showcase and then the class of showcase container. And we want to display as a grid, and then the grid template columns, I want it to take up half the space basically, so we're going to just repeat 2 times 1 FR. Okay, we want it to be a 2-column grid. Even though we only have 1 item, that's fine. It should still make room for just an empty item basically. And then after that, let's justify content to the center. So this will center it horizontally, and then we want to center it vertically as well. So align items center, and then let's make the height of the showcase half the viewport, so 50 VH, and we'll go ahead and save that. And there we go. Actually, you know what? I wanted some more text than that. Let's do, for the paragraph, let's do lorem 40. See, yeah, it's a little too much. I think 30 is what I did. There we go. Okay, so notice that the text here, you can see through it. So basically the image is on top of the text. And remember, z-index takes care of what displays first and basically the order of what is on top of what. So let's take the showcase and take the not the showcase container, we want the showcase content, which wraps all the text, and let's set the z-index to 1 and save, and now you can see that it becomes clear and it's now on top of the image. Okay, let's see. So I mean that's pretty much it for the core showcase styles, but we do want to add the category. We need some styling for that, as well as the button, which you can't even see. But those are going to be utility classes that we can apply in other places as well. So let's go up here to where we have our utilities. And let's do the category. So we'll say category. Okay, so for category, I'm going to display as an inline block, and let's make the color white. I'm not going to do the background is dependent on the category, so we're not going to do that here. But let's change the font size. I actually want to make it smaller, so we'll do 0.55 rem units. And I want it to be uppercase, so let's say text transform to uppercase. And as far as padding goes, we'll do 0.4 rem. So that's the top and bottom, and 0.6 rem on the left and right. All right, and then for the border dash radius, let's do 15 pixels, make it rounded, and then add a margin, or a margin bottom rather, of, we'll do a half a rem. So we'll save that. Okay, now notice it doesn't have a color around it, so what we're going to do is add our special category colors. So let's do category sports, and I'll just do one line since it's just one property. So background is going to be var what do we call it? Let's see. Oh, sports color. So we'll do dash dash sports color and save, and there we go. So while we're at it though, we might as well add the other categories. So we also have ENT for entertainment, and we have tech, and we'll change this to ENT and tech. Okay, so now when we add our other categories, the style should be set. Now the button, we want to do that next. So let's say BTN. So we'll have BTN, and then we'll have special BTN for the colors as well, special classes for the colors. So for the core button, let's display as an inline block. Whoops, what do I do here? So inline dash block. And then we want to take away the border just in case we use this on an actual button. So we'll say border none. And then the background, just by default, I'm going to use the dark color. So we'll say var dash dash dark, just in case you do BTN without another special class for the color. So we'll do that, and then let's do color white by default, and our padding, which will be 0.5 rem top and bottom, 1.5 left and right. So we'll save that. Let's see. I actually want to push that down a little bit. So where our showcase is, let's grab the paragraph that's in the showcase content, and let's add margin bottom 1 rem, just to move that down a little bit. All right, so back to the buttons. We have the core button style, but we need to do BTN. We're going to have a BTN light. I'm just going to do all the colors now so we don't have to worry about it, which actually I'll just put this on the same line like this. So background is going to be the variable of light color. All right, and then I'm going to copy this down. Let's see, we have light, dark. Well, actually, we don't need dark because it's dark by default, so we'll just do primary and secondary. Okay, so primary, this will be our primary color, and then secondary. All right, so let's save that, and now you can see we have our red button. Now for the hover, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have one hover, and I'm just going to add the opacity of 0.9. That way, it doesn't matter what color it is, it'll still have an effect when you hover over it. And it doesn't, you know, even if it's dark or light, it's just going to change the opacity just to give it a little bit of an effect of darkening. But really, it's just we're changing the opacity. We're making it a little bit transparent. And then I want to have one more class for the button that will make it into a block level button, meaning it goes all the way across. So we're actually going to do button or btn-block, where we set it to display block instead of inline block, and we set the width to 100%, and I want to align to the middle. So text align center. Okay, so now our buttons should be all set. All right, we're going to have quite a few utility classes in this project, which is nice because you can easily change things up. If you want to change the background of something, it's easy to do. All right, so that's it. I will see you in the next video where we'll start to create this grid right here with all of the articles.